The factory that made feelings. Deep underground, beneath the roots of the oldest tree in the world, lay a secret place, a factory unlike any other. This wasn't a factory that made toys, cars, or even chocolates. No, this factory made something far more extraordinary. It made feelings. Inside the factory, tiny glowing creatures called philolites worked tirelessly. They crafted feelings like joy, courage, kindness, and even sadness with their delicate hands. Each feeling was molded into a shimmering bubble, which they carefully sent through golden pipelines that connected to the hearts of people everywhere. Thanks to the factory, the world was full of laughter, bravery, and acts of love. But one day, something went terribly wrong. The factory's balance machine, the heart of the entire operation, stopped working. The golden pipelines dimmed and the shimmering bubbles burst before they could reach anyone. The world above began to change. People stopped laughing, friends argued, fear and sadness spread unchecked, and kindness seemed to disappear. Above ground, in a little town, lived a curious child named Mia. Mia loved fixing things, from broken clocks to squeaky doors, but lately, something felt off. Her best friend Ethan didn't smile anymore, her neighbor Mrs. Potter scowled for no reason, and even her parents seemed distant. One evening, as Mia sat beneath the old tree, she noticed something strange, a faint glow seeping through a crack in its roots. She leaned closer and saw a tiny, glowing creature struggling to climb out. It was a philolite, no bigger than her hand, and it looked exhausted. "Help us!" the philolite cried in a high, squeaky voice. "The factory is broken, and feelings are disappearing." Mia didn't hesitate. She grabbed her backpack full of tools and followed the philolite through the crack, down a spiral staircase that led deep underground. What she saw took her breath away. The factory was a maze of sparkling machines, conveyor belts, and glowing bubbles, but everything was dark and still. The philolites were running around in panic, their tiny lights flickering like dying fireflies. "The balance machine controls all feelings," explained the philolite leader, Felix, who wore a tiny golden hat. "Without it, we can't send the right emotions to the world. Everything is out of balance." Mia stepped forward. "I can help fix it." The philolites cheered, but Felix shook his head. "It's not that simple. The balance machine can only be restarted by someone who truly understands feelings. You must pass 3 tests to prove yourself." Mia squared her shoulders. "I'll do it." The first test was courage. Mia was led to a dark cave filled with strange noises. She wanted to run away, but she remembered what her mom always said. Courage doesn't mean you're not scared. It means you face your fears anyway. Taking a deep breath, Mia stepped into the darkness. As she walked, the shadows turned into glowing butterflies that lit her path. She had passed the test. The second test was kindness. Mia was given a single glowing crystal and told to find someone who needed it. As she wandered through the factory, she found a grumpy philolite named Pip struggling to move a heavy cart. Pip snapped at her, "Go away." But Mia saw how tired Pip looked and handed him the crystal. The cart became lighter, and Pip smiled for the first time. Kindness had saved the day. The third test was the hardest, sadness. Mia was shown a memory of losing her favorite stuffed bear, Buddy. Tears welled in her eyes, but instead of hiding them, she let them fall. She realized that sadness wasn't something to fear. It helped her understand happiness better. She passed the test. When Mia returned to the balance machine, she was ready. Using her tools and everything she had learned, she repaired the machine. It roared to life, glowing brighter than ever before. The philolites cheered as the golden pipelines lit up, carrying feelings back to the world. Above ground, laughter returned. People hugged each other, helped strangers, and felt brave enough to chase their dreams again. Mia climbed out from the hidden door beneath the tree, knowing she had made a difference. From that day on, Mia was known as the child who saved the factory that made feelings. And though no one could see the factory, everyone could feel its magic in their hearts. And maybe, just maybe, you'll feel its magic too. Every time you're kind, brave, or even when you let yourself cry. The end.